So Barack Obama has promised us change. He promised us a more transparent government. He promised us that the Bush campaign and all of its Patriot Act civil rights abuses would be no more. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you that Barack Obama is full of crap. Quite frankly, there has been 3 times that Barack Obama has silenced the press, has restricted the press. The first time came during his election. The final couple of months of his election, he restricted the press's access to his campaign and bullied many reporters into putting a lot of his comments off record. Now we see him in the Gulf. Him and Thad Allen, the commander of the United States Coast Guard, have restricted the press from filming any of the oil-soaked coastline, marshlands, oil-covered animals, and within 350 yards of the spill site. And this, if you break this rule, if you break the restriction, the media restriction, you can face felony charges. So this is a guy that is, supposed to be the new change that we can believe in. He is supposed to be the new transparent government. And I think the only kind of change that he's bringing is, quite frankly, a dictatorship. He's certainly playing, this is classic Chicago-style politics. He is also playing racial favorites. You see this has been widespread around the media, but the new Black Panthers in Philadelphia, you probably saw the video. It's these 2 Black Panther members who were standing outside a voting station in Philadelphia during the 2008 presidential election, of course with Barack Obama on the ballot. And one of the guys had a baton, a bat in his hand, and spewing racial epithets and names at white people that walked in. And there's actually a video out of the same guy saying that he hates every iota of white people. If this country wants to see real racial change, then crack has got to die, and we got to kill white babies. And he's going off on and on and on about all this stuff. Well, it's a pretty clear, open and shut case, civil and criminal case, of voter intimidation. Very clear. And now the Obama administration, Eric Holder in the DOJ, has said that they're not going to pursue that case. The Civil Rights Division of the DOJ said they're not going to pursue that particular case. Even though it's a very clear-cut case of racial discrimination. Blacks racially discriminating against whites. Yes, it happens. It's not crazy to believe that white people can be racially discriminated against. But this is Barack Obama's way of saying thank you to all the blacks who came out to vote for him. He goes, look, I'm your buddy. I'm not going to go against you. You can do whatever you want. I got your back. And this is just typical Chicago-style politics. Why are we surprised that Barack Obama isn't this transformative figure? That he's not this Christ Messiah come to resurrect Washington from its evil ways? Quite frankly, if people had an iota of common sense, they would realize, gee, he comes from Mayor Daley's town. He comes from Rod Blagojevich's town. He comes from the cesspool that is Chicago. They tried to sell his Senate seat, and you're trying to tell me that Barack Obama is this unpolitical, this new political figure who's going to change the political atmosphere in Washington? He comes from the hyper-political atmosphere of Chicago. The man is a radical. The man is out to change this country. He certainly is, but it's not change, like I said before, that you nor I can believe in. It's changing the Constitution. He wants to see it be a living, breathing document. One that needs to be changed fundamentally to make this country fundamentally more fair in his eyes. And the sad thing is, the truly sad thing is that he does not believe in the same America the Founding Fathers believed in. He doesn't believe you should have guns. He doesn't believe that there should be racial equality. People can say what they want, but when Barack Obama is trying to do all these, great things for minorities, like the amnesty bill he's trying to pass, what they don't realize, what they do realize, and what they fail to comprehend or to recognize, is the fact that any amnesty bill And anything that he does for any racial minority is simply doing the Democrats a huge favor for generations to come. For example, with the Black Panther Party, the whole case of the Black Panthers, all Barack Obama was saying there was, blacks, you can still vote for Democrats, we still have your back. You know, even after I'm gone, hopefully after one term, then Democrats are still going to carry on this tradition of protecting blacks, and you know, even if blacks are at fault. I'm not saying they always are, but in certain cases, blacks are absolutely breaking the law, and the Black Panther case was a prime example of it. And even Barack Obama saying, even when we have you on tape, and there's a clear and cut case, guess what, I got your back, and so the Democrats vote for us forever, because he knows that the voter turnout, I mean, 1 in every 4 voters in this past election was non-white, and most of those were blacks, and 12.1% of the overall voter turnout was black in the past election. Now that is huge. It's a substantial number. I mean, you think about voter turnout for blacks before was minimal, and for for President Obama, it was huge. I mean, again, people voted upon racial lines. Wow, I said it. Crazy to believe that people voted for Barack Obama because he was black. Black people did because he was black. Not a question. Look at the voter turnout from this past election, from previous elections. So what Barack Obama is saying, with the via the DOJ and the Black Panther case, is he's saying for future black generations, look, it's not just me, it's the Democratic Party that has your back. We're going to protect you even if you're criminals. So keep voting for us, keep voting for me, keep changing this country for the worse. And he's enslaving them. He's saying that Republicans are not going to do this for you, only we are going to do this for you, because we really care about you. When they don't, they just care about power. Same thing with the amnesty bill. Same thing with them going against the Arizona bill. The Arizona bill in no way is unconstitutional. It's not unconstitutional in terms of these breaking the supremacy clause. It doesn't usurp any federal power whatsoever. It merely enforces federal law. It's already the law, and they're enforcing it. Period. That's it. There's no federal law being broken. And there's no racial stereotyping. It clearly states within the law that race is not going to be a factor when asking for legal documents. Period. And the Obama administration, rather, has since backed off their whole talk of racial stereotyping. They shut that stupid jerk Jesse Jackson up and Al Sharpton up. They shut them up because they don't know what they're talking about. They're just trying to rabble-rouse. Now, what is the whole point? If they know that this bill is perfectly constitutional, perfectly legal, and the Obama administration knows that and believes it. However, they're never going to say it out loud. And in fact, they're going to support the Democrats are going to support every single amnesty bill or pro-open border bill that comes through the halls of Congress or the White House. Now, why is that? For the same reason they're going to protect black people in the DOJ. Power and votes. Let's say that tomorrow an amnesty bill was passed under the Obama administration. Forever, the millions of illegal alien criminals that are in this country, forever, are going to be at the feet of the Democratic Party. They're going to be begging to do anything that they possibly can. Thank you so much for getting us legal status, that we can now steal jobs. And if you know, by the way, people are always trying to say they do the jobs that normal Americans never want to do. You ever heard of dirty jobs? I mean, I've seen white people, reaching their hand up a cow's vagina so they have money for their family. Don't tell me that these illegal aliens are taking jobs that no white citizen wouldn't do. That's crap. People are always saying, well, they're just trying to provide for their family. Well, what makes you think that white people won't do the same sorts of things for their family? Do Latinos somehow care more about their family than white people do? Of course not. If a white person, the thing is that it's easier for Latinos to get money on, they can live a better life illegally in this country than they can for a white person that has a legal job and is a legal citizen and so forth. But I digress. The Obama administration is simply trying to buy votes with amnesty bills forever. If they do an amnesty bill, generation upon generation of Hispanics in this country will vote for the Democratic Party, or the Democratic candidate, rather, in any election, no questions asked. Just like blacks now vote for the